Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, South on the another Lieutenant Jr. Okay, yeah, we definitely want to watch this. Make sure that thing is working. Yeah, it's working. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and roll the intro. Yeah, you definitely want to watch this, and you'll see why in a minute. Alright, so like I said, if you like what I'm doing, please go to that link. Please support me if you like what I'm doing. Alright, so this is TechNet. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, it's because of this. So as you can see, all of these is part of your reputation. While you're leveling up this to everything else, you can get these and then turn them to ethic level this to everything else and all. But, oh my god, the big thing. Alright, so let's jump down here. I'm going to go down here first. We've got a UI thing. We've got the legacy. You're on your list now. Going to the account wide. This and everything else and all. We've got the Centauri shit here that's getting an update. This and everything else. But the big news is right here. The following items can now be eligible to re-engineering. All reputation ground weapons and all reputation space weapons and all experimental weapons. Meaning, if you've got your reputation, you've grinded on your reputation, you got the Thork thing updated, you've got the, Romulan, the Dyson, you got all of them. In fact, I'll just show this to the picture, make it easier. You got all of these maxed out and all little, so that way you see this 2 plus, 2 plus, 2 plus. Well, now thanks to the, after this patch gets updated, all of these weapons, usually, you can only do so much because, let's say, it gives you, let's see, like this one right here only does critical damage times 3, but this one does critical damage times 4, see, a lot of these are doing Thor, 3 and 3. So these two here basically use these two as an example. So you're trying to get everything to get that critical advantage times 4, so that way when you use your critical chance ability, you're doing like 100 plus critical chance to everything else. Well, now with the reputation, you'll be able to re-roll these to everything else to get it critical damage times 4 and kind of do all this re-rolling. So that's the whole idea. Update the built-in targeting subsystem's ability to indicate that they are only active during who's I here tonight? Now, yeah, Aaron just dialed in asking me what I'm doing today, and so hi, Aaron. So anyway, getting back to, updated the built-in targeting system ability to indicate that they're only active during science node. Equip the second deflector now indicate that they're only active during the science node. So if you're flying the Dyson Science Destroyer, I don't think you can get this on these, because there was an event where you was able to get the Dyson Science Destroyer, stuck between stars. You was able to get this certain shit, this and everything else and all. What notes are we talking about? The rough gears, Aaron. Give me a minute. Alright, so anyway, as I was saying, so when you're doing the stuff between stars, you've got this science ship. And then about halfway through, they put out the STO version that basically had these extra consoles. And you got basically the Tactical Starship and the STO version Science Destroyer, and put all the pieces together. You literally, for science people, you literally had a science/tactical ship that was very powerful, this everything else, but it would only go up to like T-Tide U, and that was it. You know, it wouldn't go no farther than that. So, you know, now it seems that they're finally fixing it, where, as you can see here, you know, you'd get a lot of these science people who'd get the ship and play with it, this, everything else. But then when they finally get the little 60 and this, everything else, they would discard it because, you know, you could only go to T-Tide U. You couldn't take it up to, you know, T6 and fly T6 style. So, yeah, you'd get the ship, this, everything else and all. So, it seems that they're kind of fixing it now. This and everything else, as you see right here, resolved an issue that caused the secondary deflector to become disabled during tactical node. So they're now fixing the Science Destroyer, but still, it is not a T6. It is still a T-Tide that can be upgraded to a T-Tide U. So, yeah. Then the Tholian. Update the console only will be able to activate if you have at least one hangar pet in range. Update the secondary ally bounce to be able to hit players with your hangar pets. Update the tooltip to be more clear, so that's a typo. Resolve an issue that caused the shield drain and damage to be less than indicated by the tooltip, another typo. Increase the duration of damage thought that will last 15 seconds from 5 seconds. So as you can see, that's being extended. So instead of doing 5 seconds, do it again, 5 seconds, do it again. Nope, now it's going to go up to 15. So that is the Tholian. If you've got the whole entire set, this, everything else, and you're running that Tholian setup with the little Tholian web and all, well, as you can see, it's getting a rework there. Added a Terran variant bridge option to the Dreadnought cruiser. Ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying on that one stream when I got the little present or the little Terran Dreadnought ship and everything else, and I'm like, really? There is no bridge? Really? Well, as you can see, due to the number of us yelling about having a crafty bridge, Critic is actually put a bridge in us. So later on, I'll actually jump into the game and take a look at that, see what the bridge looks like and all that stuff. The number of Dreadnought needed to complete the destroyed Dreadnought personal endeavor has been reduced at difficulty levels. Thank God! It's about fucking time. Excuse my fucking language. Yeah, because a few times that me, like one time me had it, Spear had it, and Dayu had it. It took forever to kill the thing, and it was like we went into the Badlands expecting a bunch of Dreadnoughts. None of them hardly ever showed up. It was like Navy 1, Navy 2 over here, Navy a third one over here. So by the time we got to it, well, it's dead, it's gone. Then we go into the Dark Battlegrounds zone, and they'll find a bunch of them and take care of them and get the thing completed. Disabled the seat, Undine, ground, personal endeavor. Thank you for finally disabling that. That's the one where it tells us to go in and, you know, basically find all these Undines and fight all these Undines and, you know, and basically, the sad thing was you had to do a TFO and know that it would queue up for it. I actually had one guy when I was queuing up for it. Oh, just re-roll it. Yeah, you know, just ignore that, re-roll it. You know, get another one. The Walker Bridge option has been added to the Crossfire Science Spearhead. Now, that's the ship Josh has, but apparently he's got a new bridge, so there's that. Resolved an issue that within the secondary deflector or drain infection from critically hitting as they should they. Resolved an issue that caused competitive war game temporal and gain the reputation ground set to be listed as 4 instead of 3. So that's a typo. Resolved an issue that caused reactive shield technology to provide an inaccurate or incorrect amount of shield restore. Resolved an issue that caused new items to be missing from the winter event. Well, duh, the winter event's over, so throw them away. But now, like I said, when the game comes back up, all of these here, you're going to be able to re-roll all of these, and then down on the ground, all that ground reputation gear, you're going to be able to re-roll them and kind of see what you can do when you re-roll them, just everything else and all. So, yeah. Now, my only thing here is this one right here. UI, reputation UI now displays unique reputation commodity below reputation marks and the reputation UI. Added elite marks. Remove the replicator since it's not needed anymore. Meaning, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You're not going to be able to do anymore of your quote-unquote in-space grinding. Resolved an issue that was causing the ground skill to lock and dull nutty after purchasing. So, on my thing, if I'm understanding that, you know how when you had the little thing over here on the side and you'd click it and it would pop up, you know, make this, recycle this, or, you know, bring this back in your trash can because you accidentally got rid of it. To me, it sounds like, if I'm reading this correctly, your replicator thing is now gone. You're going to have to go back to Earth space stock. You're going to have to go back to some other place, to everything else, to basically sell your junk that you don't want to use because you've got epic gear. Why do you need some green destructor or green phaser? That's junk to you. You have an epic level phaser setup, so why would you need that green item or white item, which is common? You don't need it, so it's junk. Well, if I'm understanding that, that means you can't, you know, as soon as you're done, excuse me, as soon as you're done, you quickly get rid of it, blah, 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 and then boom, it's done, and you go back grinding again and picking up loot and recycling the loot, pick up more loot, then recycle it. Well, if that's the case, that means from now on, when you pick up loot and your inventory gets full and you start seeing overflow bag full, overflow bag full, you need to sell, guess what? You're now going to have to fly back to Earth Space Dock, Deep Space Nine, or somewhere where there's a center to sell your junk that you don't need, to get rid of it, to clear out your inventory list. So that's going to be a DS. Alright, next one. What time is it now? Okay, so it's only 13 minutes. That ain't too bad. The Legacy of Romulus starter pack will now unlock to the whole account when purchased or received with a Chrono. So from now on, now it used to be that if you got the big Legacy pack and everything else, you would get this weird thing saying that you couldn't get the stuff in the starter pack because the game, for some reason, when it originally came out, the starter pack was its own and the big Legacy pack was its own. If you got the starter pack, you couldn't get the Legacy. If you got the Legacy, even though everything that the starter has is in the Legacy, the daily times they'll say, well, you can't use this Romulan shit because this Romulan shit is in the starter pack. So you try to go buy it or get that part, and it'll pop up. Now if you got Legacy, you can't get it. Well, hopefully they finally fix that bug, because this thing comes and goes. I mean, they seem to fix it, then the bug comes back, then they fix it again, then the bug comes back. So, hopefully they'll get that part figured out, because it's annoying. Alright, next one. The Centauri class starter ship that's been remodeled with new visuals. Now, if you click on this, it'll actually take you right to the link to everything else. This is the, see, the team that is pleased to announce the remodeled Centauri class ship, a visual variant of the Starfleet T1 light cruiser and the T6 advanced light cruiser. The new visuals created by the artist Ian Richard are a free and universal update that will replace the original model of the light cruiser and the advanced model. So if you bought the T6 Advanced Light Cruiser pack or the T1, ship when you're starting the game, this everything else, this is going to be the new look you're actually going to be able to get. And the funny thing is, when you started the game, the very first, data days, this was the shit you literally started with. You started with this version of the shit. You would run with this shit, this and everything else and all at the beginning of the game. It was basically in the Render class shit, this and everything else. But if you wanted to do like a cannon setup, you can actually put cannons on this thing, even though it was a very small ship, this and everything else. It did also support cannons and basically photons, this and everything else. So you kind of did like a cannon in the front and a photon launcher in the back. You'd fly in, shoot something, fly past it, then your photon torpedoes could fire, and whatever behind you would get blown up and pretty much gone. You'd destroy it, because that's how you fly. You'd shoot, fly over, boom, target dead, kind of deal. But now apparently they are now going to be updating it. This is going to be the new look, and to the people who buy both packs, this is your new look. So I do have this shit unlocked. I will go in later and take a look at it. And then it says here, these visual update automatically using the Centauri parts of your light cruiser. Already noticed anything odd, simply the digitization screen, and then reapply it. Now, for bridge-wise, I don't know that that's updated for just the outside that updated, as you can see. Just the outside. Alright, and then the other big news is this weekend, once the Go Service comes back up, it's going to be the Tinskaki Red Alert, just everything else. It's going to be the Red Alert this whole weekend, just everything else. So if you're interested in trying to do these killing, doesn't say there's any. Nah, it's not saying. Well, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. You have found a new clone on that planet. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so all you're really doing is just basically getting marks and dilithium. So really no event reward for it, just marks and dilithium. So when the game service comes back up, starting today till Monday, we'll need to get red alerts to everything else. Anyways, I've got 3 people watching my stream, so hi everybody. Otherwise, like I said, the big thing, like I said, is going to be the re-engineering, which I'm going to be really happy. Oh, did I close that thing? Yes, I did. Hold on a second. Yeah, because I don't want to show my pictures of my naughty bird queen in her indisposed state, because even though she likes to be tied up and everything, I don't want to show that. Anyway, but anyway, like I said, when the service comes back up, all the reputation, if you've got your reputations unlocked and taken care of, all of that is going to be basically unlocked, and you're going to be able to reroll both the ground stuff and the space stuff, just everything else and all. So I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to shut up just everything else. I've got another game review I need to go ahead and take care of, just everything else, because the servers are down. But otherwise, like I said, wow, this is going to be fun, just kind of see what you can do with these setups, just everything else and all. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pass it up. I am Jimmy Jr., leader and owner of the SAS fleet, just everything else. Definitely come look me up if you want to learn about the game, and I'll be glad to help you and help you learn the game. Otherwise, let's go ahead and roll my ending, shall we? Do. So again, if you like what I'm doing, if you like all the stuff I'm doing, yeah, please go to my Patreon that you saw at the beginning there, just everything else, and please come support me, and those are my supporters to support me for the work I do, and thank you for watching and following. Bye now.